You got to know that the wind can spook deer. That's right, this is Sean McVeigh, Sean's Outdoor Adventures, and I'm going to talk to you about how the wind can spook deer. I remember when I first started filming hunting videos, back in the 1990s, I was with a buddy of mine, John Ortlieb. He was filming me, and we had a doe coming in. She stopped about 35 yards out and looked right up at us because the strap on the bottom of my tree stand, which, you know, the shoulder strap you carry it in on, was flapping in the wind, and she saw that movement, looked up, and got spooked, and we did not get a deer that day on video as a result. Today I was reminded of that, and actually I was only hunting for a buck, but this doe looked right up at me because my backpack was getting blown by the wind. Let me show you this footage. I'm sitting with my back to the tree, so I am not silhouetted at all. I intentionally set myself up like this. And I had two mature doe come through. The second doe paused out in front of me, and there was a slight wind gust as she stood there, and she caught movement in the corner of her eye and looked up at me. I am perfectly still myself, but my bag is right behind my back blowing in the wind. Now if you watch her face, you can tell that she's looking off to my left a little bit. I've got the video camera directly in front of my face, blocking my face. That's one thing I do when I'm filming. I like to set my camera up in front of me so that my face does not stand out to the deer. This deer kind of keeps looking off to my left, especially every time the wind starts to pick up, and it is seeing my bag swaying in the wind. So after these deer eventually moved off, I thought, okay, I got to do something with this bag. The problem is, I knew they were going to come back. I know deer behavior. When an adult doe is a little bit onto something but is not sure what is going on, they will often walk away and walk back to try to get another look. So both of the does came back, and I just waited until they left the second time. After they left the second time, I stood up and looked at the backpack, and I said to myself, okay, what can I do to secure this thing so it's not blowing around in the wind? The reason why it was blowing around is because the tree I'm in is on a little bit of an angle, and so the bag is not up against the tree itself as it hung there. So I used the strap that comes around your chest. When you're carrying the backpack on, you can clip this chest strap around, and I put that around the tree for this situation. I'm just sharing this with you because, you know, if you're out there and it's a windy day, one, try to secure your straps or your tree stand or whatever else. Ever since that thing back in the 90s happened to us, I have always been careful to secure my straps. But on this hunt, it was my backpack that was blowing. So if I'm ever in a situation like that again, where my backpack is kind of freestanding or not up against the tree because the tree's on an angle like that, I'm going to strap it in so my backpack isn't floating around. So unfortunately that doe did kind of catch on to some movement and was a little bit nervous by it. No bucks came by though, so I didn't do any shooting today. But I wanted to share that with you guys to help all of you have more effective hunting out there, especially on windy days. Thanks so much for tuning in. Until next time, take care and God bless.